From the rugged terrains and the icy vistas of the last frontier to the roaring stadium of the National Football League, a select few have embarked on a journey less traveled. Welcome to the Pick Six, and today we will look at the last 10 players from Alaska to make it to the league. Brandon Pili originally grew up in the northernmost settlement of the United States in Barrow, Alaska, before he moved to Anchorage to attend Diamond High School. He would stay there up until his senior year when, due to lack of college interest, he decided to finish up his senior season in Portland, Oregon. The move would prove to be a good one as he garnered multiple offers, but ultimately decided to attend USC. During his time with the Trojans, he saw regular playing time culminating in a senior campaign that had career high tackles. This would be proved not enough to receive a draft pick from any NFL team in the 2023 draft, but he would later sign with Miami Dolphins. Following training camp, Brandon would be on the final roster, making himself the first Alaskan since 2014 to do so. His rookie season would be rather lackluster as he would only see four games and gain a pair of tackles and would find himself on the practice squad to finish up the season. Wilson was born in Anchorage, Alaska in 2000, but that would be the extent of his Alaskan heritage, as in 2002, his family would pack up and move to the warmer climate of Texas. Wilson found football while attending West Rusk High School. There, he would become a three-star standout defensive end and would commit to one of the biggest schools in the state, Texas A&M. He would play in 12 games his redshirt freshman year, but much like his time in Alaska, his time at A&M would be short-lived, and he would transfer to Texas Tech. Wilson made an immediate impact for the Red Raiders and would earn honors such as All Big 12 First Team and 2021 Liberty Bowl Defensive MVP. He would ultimately forego his senior season and would enter the 2023 NFL Draft. Despite a season-ending foot injury, Wilson would end up being drafted in the seventh overall spot to the Raiders and would play 14 games and put up 26 combined tackles and 3.5 sacks. Hopefully, Wilson will have an NFL career that lasts a little bit longer than his time in Alaska. While Zack was born in South Carolina, he would attend Bartlett High School in Anchorage. After high school, Zack would attend New Mexico Military Institute. After his stint at NMMI, he would transfer to the University of Nebraska, where he would play in 2 seasons for the Cornhuskers, appearing in 22 games with 56 tackles and 3 picks. This would lead Bowman to being drafted by the Chicago Bears in the 5th round of the 2008 draft. While Bowman initially made the 53-man roster, he would later be relegated to the practice squad. He would see action his rookie year, coming in the game after 3 cornerbacks were injured against the Vikings. Bowman would go on to get a fumble recovered in the end zone, and despite being injured himself in the 4th quarter, Bowman refused to come out of the game and would secure victory for the Bears with a pick. These heroics would lead the Bears to trust Bowman with the starting role. He would go on to be with the Bears for the next 4 seasons before signing a 2-year deal with the Vikings, where he would be released before ever suiting up. He would then re-sign back with the Bears for 2 more seasons. Zack went on to have 2 more single-year stints with the Giants and the Dolphins before hanging up the cleats in 2015. Zack managed to make Alaska proud with a solid NFL career. He played in 99 games, started 28, had 204 combined tackles, and 13 picks. Daryn Colledge. Daryn is a true Alaskan born in the town of North Pole, Alaska, where he would attend high school at North Pole High. From there, he would go on to play at Boise State University, where he would win multiple honors, such as 2-time All-WAC and 2-time All-American selections. This would lead him to a 2nd-round pick to the Green Bay Packers in the 2006 draft. He would make a position change from tackle to guard and would become a regular starter for the Packers. His career with Green Bay would come to an end when he won Super Bowl 45 against the Steelers. He would then sign with the Cardinals, who released him after 3 years. After his release, he would play 1 more year for the Dolphins. He finally retired after his 9th season, after starting 137 out of 141 games played. However, Daryn was not finished making a name for himself, as he would enlist in the National Guard flying Black Hawk helicopters. even serving one tour of duty in Afghanistan. Following his military career, he would return to his alma mater at Boise State and work as a varsity B coordinator. Safe to say, Daryn has made the state of Alaska proud with not only an illustrious NFL career, but a brave military career as well. While Reggie was born in Fairbanks, he would attend high school in Sacramento. He would work his way to be one of the top linebackers in the state, earning him a spot on the roster of Kansas State. At K-State, he would be a regular starter with 163 tackles and 5 sacks. Unfortunately, these stats would not be enough to see him taken in the 2009 NFL draft, but he would sign with the Cardinals. Reggie would go on to see himself on the team for the next 4 years. After his contract, he would sign with the Chargers, where he would finally see action as a starter for 6 games. The following season, Reggie would be released and would briefly sign with the Broncos, but got cut during preseason. That would be the end of his playing career, where much like his time in Alaska, Reggie did not do much in the league, only starting in 6 games and having just 3.5 sacks in 6 years in the league.
All right, I'm going to take the shine away from Max here for a second, and I'm just going to talk to you about making sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you're enjoying the content the Pick Six is putting out, please subscribe, as we are currently on the quest for 500 subscribers, and every person counts. We need to get to 1,000 as soon as possible because Max needs a job and the funds are getting low. Like, look at this man. He's making a video about Alaskan football players. He needs all the help he can get. And without further ado, let's get you to number 6.
Chris Kuper. Chris was born in Alaska and would attend A.J. Diamond High in Anchorage, where he would lead the team to a state championship. Following his championship run in high school, he would attend North Dakota, where he would be a 3-year starter for the Fighting Sioux, earning all-conference and all-American honors. After his college career, he was projected to go undrafted, but shocked the critics when he was drafted in the 5th round to the Broncos, being the highest drafted lineman from North Dakota. Chris would finally see regular action his second season and would become a regular starter for the Broncos. In fact, the Broncos made Chris the second highest paid lineman in Broncos history with his new 5-year contract. In 2011, Chris would shatter his ankle in the regular season finale. He would receive Pro Bowl honors that year, and the following year, he would be voted as the Ed Block Courage Award winner. Chris would retire from his playing career in 2014, but that would not be the end of his football career, as he currently serves as the offensive line coach for the Minnesota Vikings. Steve was born in Anchorage, but would move to Southern California for high school. There, he would build a name for himself and receive an invitation to the 2003 All-American Bowl. Playing alongside Reggie Bush, Smith would impress scouts enough to join Bush at USC. There, he would become a top target of quarterback Matt Leinart. His USC team would win the national championship against Oklahoma. In the game, Steve had 3 touchdowns, and after the season, his teammates would vote him MVP of the year. The successful collegiate stint would lead him to be drafted in the 2nd round of the 2007 draft to the New York Football Giants. He would not see much action his rookie season, but by his 2nd year, he had worked his way to being a top 3rd down target of Eli Manning. This would come to his favor, as in the 2009 Super Bowl, Steve would catch multiple passes on 3rd down as he helped the Giants pass the Patriots to win the championship. After that season, he would become a regular starter for the G-Men and would be a Pro Bowler. He would then sign a 1-year deal with the Eagles, where he could not replicate his early success. The following year, he would sign with the Rams, to much of the same success that he had in his Philly year. He would briefly sign with the Bucs the following year, but would announce his retirement that same year in 2013. 5 years later, he would be mistakenly announced on a Hall of Fame ballot. David McCune. While David was born in Alaska, he attended high school in Hawaii, where he would be a standout defensive end. David earned multiple high school honors that led him to attend Colorado, where he redshirted and transferred after 1 year of attending. He would then attend Fresno City College, where he would again win honors as all Northern California defensive end. After his JUCO year, he would go back to the islands and attend Hawaii University. David finally found success at Hawaii and would go to have multiple All-WAC honors and would play in the Senior Bowl. This would give the ability for him to be drafted in the second round by the Browns in the 2009 draft. But like his Colorado days, his times with the Browns only lasted a season. He would then sign with the Broncos the following year, but the trend would continue. Ultimately, that would be his last stint in the NFL, as he would also try and play for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but due to a ankle injury that would not heal until the end of the season, he was left off the roster. His last pro football attempt would be with the LA Kiss Arena football team, but again, the trend followed, and like his time in Alaska, it would only last a year. Travis Hall. Travis was a multi-sport athlete in his Kenai, Alaska day, playing hockey, lacrosse, wrestling, as well as football. He would become a multi-year starter at Brigham Young University, where he found enough success to be drafted in the 6th round of the 1995 draft to the Atlanta Falcons. He would find a long 10-year career with the Dirty Birds that saw one season having over 10 sacks. After his stint with the Falcons, he would sign a one-year deal with the 49ers. The following year, he would announce his retirement. Travis might not have won a ring in his NFL days, but he did have a long NFL career. Saw action in 150 games, 92 of them as a starter. Travis has also started a company that manufactures and markets home gyms. Mark Schlereth is a notable figure in the realms of American football and broadcasting. Hailing from Anchorage, Alaska, Schlereth faced challenges such as dyslexia during his early years, overcoming them to become a successful athlete and media personality. His journey into football began at the University of Idaho, where under coach Dennis Erickson and Keith Gilbertson, he showcased his talents as a formidable guard, leading to his induction into the University of Idaho Vandal Athletics Hall of Fame in 2008. Schlereth's professional football career spanned 12 seasons in the NFL, playing for the Washington and the Denver Broncos, where he was a part of 3 Super Bowl championship teams and earned Pro Bowl selections in 1991 and 1998. Remarkably, enduring 29 surgeries, 20 of them on his knees, Schlereth's resilience and dedication to the sport were evident until his retirement in 2001. Transitioning from the gridiron to the broadcasting world, Schlereth made a name for himself as a sportscaster, contributing to ESPN as an analyst on NFL Live and SportsCenter before joining Fox Sports as a color commentator of NFL games. Well, guys, those are the 10 last NFL players hailing from Alaska. We appreciate you watching, and as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to help the channel. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time.